Houses across Britain don't fit our needs.
We're going to feel like sardines in a can.
Or our dreams.
This is what's known as miserable.
I'm Piers Taylor, and I've handpicked a team of experts to transform everyday homes. If you feel that, it doesn't feel like you think it would. From bold changes...
Your room, as it is, will disappear.
...to stunning interior ideas... I think it looks amazing, that. And finishing touches.
It's a bit of a focal point.
We'll use every trick of the trade.
You want to give a bit of a wow factor.
To prove a limit on your funds...
This stuff's free.
...does not mean a limit on your imagination. This is amazing. I mean, really amazing. This time, the owner of one of Britain's thinnest homes is desperate for help.
You won't get lost in this place.
But how do you make a lot out of a little?
What do you think?
It's amazing.
A family of 4 have enormous dreams for their home.
I just love the grandeur.
But bigger isn't always better.
This isn't architecture. This is just getting more space.
With house prices in London now averaging over £500,000, 28-year-old Adam thought he had very little chance of buying a home in the capital. But then he came across this extremely narrow property and bought it for just £105,000. But has he bought a dud?
Welcome. There you go. You won't get lost in this place. The estate agent didn't even bother showing me around at the time because they said that they'd had so many phony offers and had been on the market for such a long time that they just didn't really believe that anyone would seriously be interested in it.
Once nothing more than an alleyway, this unique building is just 5 feet wide at its thinnest point.
I can touch both sides of the wall, which, as I say, if you're sitting down, is quite useful because you can grab things from the side without having to stand up.
This tiny one-bedroom house is a struggle for Adam to live in on his own, but social occasions are practically impossible. He needs somewhere he can entertain.
It's okay to cook, but if someone else is here, it's not really okay anymore because you'll be in the way or they'll be in the way. There is quite a lot of bumping into each other, and I find myself apologising quite a lot.
The cash Adam has invested in this home means more to him than anything. He's desperate for the house to work for him long term.
I'd come into an inheritance, having sadly lost my parents, and I knew that they'd wanted me to invest into property to keep a roof over my head. I think this house is the legacy. This house is my future as well.
Helping me transform these homes is my hand-picked team of architects. My own project comes later, but taking on the challenge of Adam's ultra-slim home is Katie Marks.
Hello. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, go on in.
Wow, it's straight in, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
The stairs are quite prominent, aren't they?
It's almost half the width of the house, actually.
Yeah, and also that you have to step to the side into what's your living space to go.
I know, and that's a small sofa.
Dark carpets and heavy wooden stairs all make the house feel even smaller than it is,
Have a look through.
while poor lighting makes the ground floor feel like a tunnel.
Yeah, it gets narrower and narrower and darker as you go to the end of the house, doesn't it? I mean, you literally stretch your arms across.
Yeah.
You can see this light at the end of the tunnel down there.
Adam wants to build out into his tiny backyard to make a new dining space.
Wow.
I know, it's a bit of a scrapyard at the moment.
Compared to the rest of the house, you get a lot of light in here.
From the day I moved in, I always thought, this is a place that's going to become something else.
Katie has reimagined some of the country's best buildings. She was part of the team that won the prestigious Sterling Prize for the new Everyman Theatre in Liverpool. She's also transformed parts of the Royal Court Theatre in London.
The bedroom's pretty titchy, isn't it?
But what can anyone do with a tiny house like this?
I can't even walk around the furniture.
Adam has taken out a £50,000 mortgage to alter his home. After overhauling just the electrics and plumbing, he won't be left with much.
Getting extra space by going up would be incredibly valuable because the house is so small.
Improving this tiny house is a huge challenge. Katie must find ways to help Adam with every element, from where walls go, right down to fixtures, fittings, and storage. She wants to start by tackling the key architectural moves.
The first thing, make the yard into an extra space. You could make quite a dramatic space in there that had walls on all sides, but just a really big roof light.
Okay. I can just picture it now with the amount of light that's it's going to be incredible.
But the thing that I'm going to suggest, which you might think is a bit crazy, is to suggest that we don't have a floor here. What we're left with then is a really big, airy, double height space for a living room.
Wow.
You know, you can do a lot in here. You can have really high lighting and big pictures on the wall. And then what I've done here is to build a dormer just on the back so that it's like a bed mezzanine.
Katie's plan would be a radical transformation to this tiny home. Turning the yard into a glass-covered extension would give Adam a dining space where he can entertain. Moving the living area to the first floor and removing the ceiling above would create an extraordinary double-height space with an open bed platform built in. And key to Katie's design is stripping out the old staircase. Building spiral stairs in the middle of the property would connect it all together.